over.
Alright, good morning. Hey, it's Jeff from the Great Heights and Barely Controlled Chaos. This is our homestead. This morning we got a lot of things going on for Saturday. Saturdays are usually kind of busy, but we got a lot going on today. If you want a tractor, because obviously we're going to do some tractor work. Leah's going to use the brush mower and get our lawn mowed. Well, come along and see what else we got going on today. As I said, first thing to do is get the tractor started mowing. So Liam's going to start doing that. Because we haven't used the brush mower very much, or pretty much at all yet. I want to keep an eye on him for a little bit, just because, yeah. But here we go. That is a really big deal considering how long we have to work on that. But yeah, so he's gonna start tomorrow. I think he's gonna be okay there. It's still really, really wet, but it needs to get done. You can see we kind of left tracks here, which kind of stinks, but it needs to get done. Hitting the rocks. So yeah, mowing. Alright, that's one project started. Got a couple more projects I want to work on today. I actually got quite a few projects I want to work on today. Next one is I'm going to fix up this the chicken tractor that we used last year. We don't have any we don't have any meat birds at the moment, any roasters, so I'm gonna fix it up and change it up just a little bit so that we can use it for the rabbits. Like to get the rabbits outside eating grass. That's kind of where they're supposed to be in the first place. But in order to do that, so I don't remember if you remember the chicken, when we built the chicken tractor, we did not put a bottom on it. And I've heard from every homesteader out there, oh yeah, I can get this really close to the ground and the rabbits won't dig out. And they dig out. So first thing we're gonna do, it's kind of beat up. I really should probably paint it so that it holds up a little bit better. But this is our chicken tractor, and it's really basic. So I wanna do two things to it. First, I'm gonna put the bottom on, and all I'm gonna do is use some fencing. We've got lots of fencing laying around. If I can lift it, I'm going to flip it up on the side here, or probably flip it upside down, and put some fencing that is thick enough for the rabbits to, got big enough gaps so the grass can get through it, no problem, and the rabbits can get to the grass, and thin enough that the rabbits can't get through it. So I've got some fencing over here that should be just about right for that. And we're gonna go get that and get that put on there. Because I hadn't done any measuring beforehand, I was actually thinking I was gonna have to use, double up on the fence to get across the whole bottom of this thing. As it turns out, it is almost exactly, it's like 2 inches longer than it needs. And I think that's a good thing, because what I'm gonna end up doing is I'll just roll one side over and staple that on as well. But yeah, the goal here is just to staple this onto the bottom so that it holds, to keep the rabbits from digging out. Alright, so that didn't work. These little staples are not enough to hold that fence on. So I gotta think of something else. Alright, so let's try something different. I'd like to use larger gauge staples, but I don't have any. So I've decided what I'm gonna do. Got some roofing nails. I got a lot of those. So I'm just gonna use some roofing nails. I'll tip them over, get them like halfway in, and then bend them over and kind of make a staple out of them. Not exactly what I would like to do, but we'll see how it works. So I'm sure my dad and my uncle are both shaking their heads at me for doing it this way, but you do what you got. It worked, it'll hold. I'm gonna cut the fencing off here, roll the edge under right here. This side that sticks over just a little bit, so I'm gonna roll it under. And then I'm gonna put some sides on this thing because rabbits like a little bit of dark. All right, so the bottom's on here nice. See, what I've got here now is a couple pieces of aluminum siding, roofing. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's left over from the folks who moved in here. Excuse me, the folks who lived here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down on the side here. I've got this one and then this small one. The small one's going to go along this edge. I'm actually going to take this handle off and then put the siding over underneath it. And the reason you do this is rabbits like a quiet, dark place to be when they're outside. They need someplace quiet and dark to hide and feel secure. So that'll help them with that. So that's where we're going with that. Think about how long this would take us to do by hand. It's so nice having the tractor to do this, and Liam's really good at it. So.
I got a whacking stick.
You have a whacking stick?
Take this bike away from me. Look, Daddy, a pretty baby. Daddy.
She got the pretty flower. Got that stuff pushed up against the FOG. Now we're using it for what it's for. Just trying to get our paths cleared back here. We're just going to go down toward where we have our cabin, or our start of our cabin, I guess, and then back. Just try to make these paths a little bit clearer. Not intending to cut the grass down real low, just so it's not up above your knees while you're walking. They went through that section right there. They took down a couple of small trees, but he also apparently hit a patch of mint. It smells like a toothpaste factory in there. It smells better than a toothpaste factory, but it smells really nice through there. If he likes the mint smell. He doesn't. He does not like the mint smell, so he's coming back up. He's like, "Ugh, Dad, this stinks." But yeah. So he did a nice job there. He's just going to cut a second path through there, make it a little bit wider, and then we'll go get the other side down by the neighbor's fence. So everything always takes longer than I want it to. The mowing took longer, partially because I wanted to do some extra things, partially because we're really not used to the tractor yet. It's really big. So the tractor is really big. Getting used to that whole thing, dragging the big mower behind it is difficult, and the fact that it's really a brush mower and not really a finish mower, it just took some time to get used to it. So anyway, I want to show you that we got the rabbit tractor done. So we got the rabbit tractor done. As you can see, I got those sides up there. Right now it's in the shade. I'm going to try to keep them in the shade as much as possible. I got the rabbits in there. They seem to be happy. These are rabbits who don't reproduce like rabbits. I think the male is defective. We're going to try to get another male for them, but they've got water. Right now, they've got lots of grass. We'll see how they do today, and decide how we're going to move forward with this, whether or not they like the tractor or whether they really prefer being inside. This is the first time they've been outside, so We'll give them a day or so and see how it goes. See, they are eating the grass a little bit, or at least that one is. So, along with everything else, I created an extra project for myself today. Not like I don't need, like I need extra projects. As I was saying, trying to mow with that big mower. You can see we knocked most of the big grass down. There's still some spots. It's just hard with as much slope as there is here, and trying to get used to moving that finish mower. It's really kind of, or that brush mower in and out of some of these places was just, it started to feel really like it was tipping over on me. So the other thing was that I hit this. I was like, oh, I can get a little bit closer, and the rollover protection, the ROPS, bumped into that. I have straightened it out and put it back up, but yeah, extra project for myself today. All right, so moving on to the next project. The next project is, so our pig barn, and I'll walk over there real quick just to show you. With as much rain as we've been getting, and I kind of showed some of this last year, but as much rain as we're getting, our pig barn is absolutely flooded. It's flooded, and it doesn't matter how much dirt we bring in here, it's just going to be flooded. So my goal here is I want to make a place where they can come and get dry, because even out there's really not a whole lot of dry area. So what I'm going to do, walk back over to the other barn because that's where I've got it. What I'm going to do is when we were cutting, when my son was using the lumber mill, part of what comes out of it is these ends here that are pretty much useless for anything else. So I'm going to cut these in half, and then I'm going to build basically a pallet for them to walk on, and then put some bedding in there. And then that's also where I'm going to build their feeder trough right up on that wall there. Sorry, right up on that wall there, so that they have a dry place to go to lay down at night and whatever, but they also have a place to eat where it's dry. What we've been doing lately is actually going out through this door back here in the back of the barn to a spot that's relatively dry and feeding them, but that's it doesn't work all that well. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna build a flat, dry area for them. Keep it up off the ground, and then put their feeder trough up there as well. All right, so that's in two pieces, so it'll be easier to move. Apparently the goats, I don't know if you can see that, the goats actually really like the rabbit tractor because they're all sitting up on top of it. Anyway, so we're gonna move this into the pig pen now, and then I'm gonna get some of the lumber that Liam cut up and actually make the trough for it. So, danger, Will Robinson, danger. All right, so what we've got here, we got a little bit of a feeder trough. I cut a big wide board. These are all kind of unfinished boards because you can see even on this one it's got some edging there, which is why I didn't put these on the outside. But we cut two ends now, one to go on each end. We're just going to screw those in real quick, and then we will put it in the feeder, in the pig area. Come back down here. Put it out. Right about there. Okay. No, hold it. I got my gloves on. It's not hot to me. Other way.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't say that.
I'm making I'm making mistakes.
Push hard. Alright, so they have a nice place now to come in, get up all that mud. And we put the feeder trough right there that we just built. So now we'll start working on getting them in here.
You know
I gotta
what?
go open up that gate so they can get in here.
I just realized that
And then
might
we-
actually float.
Yeah.
It'll float.
And just because they're cute kittens.
And babies.
So the list did not get completed yesterday. So we gotta continue today, starting with some small project for the cabin that we need to be fixed. And now we'll put the kids' swings underneath the porch, so you can see that. I think it bodes poorly for the project when you're still working on the first hole and you snap the bit. So let's see what we can do now. Alright, so we managed to get the first one. I hooked the hangers up for it. A couple of little problems, then broke the drill bit. And then the drill bits that we have are a little too short to get through there. By this much. So we had to improvise a little bit, and by the second one, I actually think I've got a decent pattern. So hopefully this will work okay. We're gonna try the first. We're gonna hang up the first swing and just see how it goes, and then see if these are a little too far apart or too close together. We'll see. And another project complete. This is really meant for the older kids, but I'm supposing the little kids can enjoy it too.
The rabbit tractor needs some work.
So this weekend I moved the rabbits into this hutch, whatever, it's not a hutch, it's a rabbit tractor. Used to be a chicken tractor, now it's a rabbit tractor. And we moved them in here. It's great in the pasture because they've already eaten a bunch of the grass over there and stuff. But what I want to do is there's some stuff in the front of the yard that's really hard to get to with the mowers. And so I'm going to let them chew on that. And I think that'll be a good idea. So we're going to do that. We're going to use the tractor, lift it over there, and then we'll go from there. So attempt number one failed because the bucket won't lift it high enough to get it over the fence. I was trying to avoid having to come down into here and then lift the tractor that way. There's a couple of reasons. Obviously, the biggest reason, beyond the fact that it makes it a longer drive with the tractor hung from the rabbit tractor hung from our tractor. But the other reason is, as I've said before, our property is incredibly hilly, and I'm kind of nervous about coming in here. Every time we come in here with the tractor, it makes me a little nervous until we get on the flat spots, and that is not in a flat spot. So he's gonna try, or Liam says he thinks he can get it in there. He's gonna try to get it in there. We'll turn it sideways so he can just pick it up and then back out. But we may end up having to carry it like down to there, maybe. Can't see. Down to there where it levels out a bit, and have him just move it from there. So having the tractor, or having the rabbit tractor, is like stage one of the two-stage project. As I said, we are going to build rabbit hutches in the rabbit area. I'm kind of calling it a rabbit condo, because what I want to do is actually have like a two-level thing, so they've got it a level below and a level above. I don't know if I can go that crazy yet, but at least I will at least get one level built, and see if we can get the rabbits in there and enclosed in an area versus having that whole area. I love the colony idea. It just doesn't seem to be working. I don't know whether it's just because our rabbits are not breeding for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but it doesn't seem to be working. So we're gonna try something different. We're gonna try hutches. Everybody says those work. I really want to give them more space, which is why I'm gonna do an upper and lower level. I think, we'll see. I'll probably just go start with the upper level and then maybe expand to the lower level. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. So anyway, he's coming up with the tractor. All right, so we got it out here. Like I said, this is a temporary solution, but there's some nice clover here for them to eat. And we figured, why not go ahead and get them out here to do that while we build their hutches. A little bit of extra work. We are gonna have to put this back. I probably will actually put it back in the barn, in our storage barn, once once we move them out of here. But this is the start. All right, so clearly I did not get the list completed. There's still things on my list that need to get done. And if you watch my other videos, you could probably guess what day it is by looking at my shirt. And so I didn't even get the video done. I did get some extra lumber. My son actually found somebody that had torn apart a pallet. So that actually will speed up the rabbit hutch making. I'm gonna try to work on that this afternoon and tomorrow. But there's still things on my list that didn't get completed, which is unfortunate, but that's just the nature of the beast. You know, it's never complete. It never gets done, no matter how much you work on it, no matter how much you really want it to get done. The bonus projects thrown in there and the extra projects that I caused myself, the fact that we kind of had to stop and re-level this thing because it was knocking like crazy. It doesn't happen. So that's okay though. I mean, the reality is that we have projects for a reason, and you just keep working on them as you go. It's not a race, it's a marathon, and we'll get there eventually. All right, so if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know down in the comments what you think. We've got lots of things going on, and if you think we should be doing something different, let us share that with us. That's always helpful to us, actually. If there's things that we kind of gloss over or that you'd like to know more about, again, leave a comment. That'd be helpful. Then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click, click, click. Hit the
Bell.
Yep. Can you say it again? Come here.
Just hit that bell.
Yep. Ring the bell. And yeah, and we'll see you next time.